Back, United travelled to Bramall Lane the season before the division was rebranded as the Premier League. Although they'd ultimately finished runners-up to Leeds United, it would herald a golden era.
Well, this stadium that's been redeveloped, really crammed now, with fans who are in something of a ferment about the way their teams have been playing. Sheffield United thrilled with their success at Hillsborough, but Manchester United have to keep it going in the league. Manchester United supporters becoming a little superstitious about Sheffield. Alex Ferguson's team were beaten in this fixture last season, and of course their only away defeat this season across the city at Hillsborough. Cork, and it was knocked forward by Paul Rogers, who's making his home debut for Sheffield United. What reaction will there be from the two sides from their battles 3 days ago, particularly Manchester United, who had 2 hours against Middlesbrough in a superlative semi-final in the Rumbelows League Cup, but on a pitch much more sticky than this one, and this is sticky enough. Robson already his shirt marked by the mud. McClare. Raiding down the right is Parker. Sharp coming in, and it's flown wide. Just. Well, the freshness of Lee Sharp, such a bonus for Manchester United at this stage of a very busy season. He scored on Wednesday, and he very nearly scored here. Kevin Gage just stayed close enough to him. Good ball by Parker. The outcome is a goal kick. Sheffield United have been beaten in the league only once since New Year's Day. A run of 7 games that's included 5 victories. For a team second in the league, Manchester United's recent run of 3 wins in 10 First Division games isn't particularly impressive. They've been just rather plodding on with drawn games. Here's Kanchelskis. Now Robson. A lot of players forward, including Phelan. McClare let it run. That was characteristically clever. Brian Dean had taken up a good position here for Sheffield United. Bradshaw going through the centre. The block was by Bruce. And the free kick was a formality. Cork! Well, the threat at set plays will have been well documented by Alex Ferguson, but the players not reacting here to some sharp movement by Sheffield United. And Cork really could have crowned his first start up here in Yorkshire. Ince in support of Robson. Irwin on the left. Here's Owen. Sharp trying to find a path around the outside, and the outcome is a corner. Well, Manchester United's defence has missed Steve Bruce, but they've also missed him in these situations as well, where his head work is so brave. He's come forward with Pallister. Bruce trying to get free. Robson in there as well, and that was Robson who very nearly got the reward for the friskiness of his running. It certainly wasn't static in the centre, and Robson got in first and had moved well to achieve that, but couldn't round it off. Gannon. Here is Dean, able to turn and perhaps take on Pallister. Ince recognising the need to help out quickly. Here's Gannon. It's a cross from Brian Dean that certainly interested Alan Cork. Gage, and he was held off the ball unfairly by Lee Sharp. Well, Brian Gale is often a key man at set plays for Sheffield United. He's gone away on the far side, making a movement across the edge of the area now. And he's got to it as well. Well, the captain, having made a movement similar to Robson's at the other end to get away from markers who really weren't doing their job, and that could have been much more productive for Sheffield United than it turned out to be. Clare trying to broaden the play. And what he will realise is that there are runners either side of him in wide positions. Kanchelskis on the right, Sharp on the left. Cork will fight for this one. And it's gone through for Dean. It's a chance here. It's a goal from Brian Dean. For a second it looked as though Schmeichel had the shot covered, but he didn't. It zipped on past him. Cork played his part by just nudging Bruce. The ball bounced on behind them. No nonsense, no waiting from Brian Dean. And Manchester United are a goal behind. Good running by Sharp. Can he get in front of Gage? He has done. Play on. We all looked at the referee then. But Kevin Gage had a major problem in this incident through the turbocharged acceleration of Sharp. The goalkeeper came out while Sharp and Gage were concentrating on dealing with the bounce of the ball. Ince, Sharp heading off through the middle again and leaving space this time that Ince fills with the ball. Oh, and Gannon couldn't control it. Well saved by Tracy from McClare, who is so alive in those situations when others stop and wonder. But the admiration there for McClare in reaching the ball and for Tracy in stopping it, zipping into the Sheffield United net. Owen's corner. And Sheffield United can breathe again. It was Robson who they aren't tracking down at dead ball situations. And he came through the pack. Rodgers is backing into Phelan. It's almost a twin of Peter Schmeichel, Paul Rodgers. As far as I know, no Scandinavian connection. Robson allowed to turn. Is that going to be problems here for Sheffield United? It very nearly was. And Kanchelskis coming in from his flank, like Sharp has been doing from the left. Cork chasing, he'll get to it, no. Schmeichel knocks it down for Dean. Oh, did the goalkeeper handle? If he did, Peter Schmeichel is in serious trouble. Well, the referee has done the first part by giving the free kick. Is he going to take the letter of the law here? Schmeichel just got there before Cork. Well, if it was a hand, there's going to be no standing off, that's clear. Sheffield United have a free kick, but they will continue to face 11 men. There was some doubt about that for a second. This is Hodges over the ball, and the Bruce came out too quickly. Bradshaw, it's wide. Well, the booing is for the referee, who certainly had the option in awarding this free kick of dealing severely with Peter Schmeichel, but he chose not to. And then Bradshaw, well, he banged the free kick inches past that right-hand post as we looked from that angle on the replay. .45 minutes almost up. Goal kick. Well, Manchester United came here with this packed midfield to try and choke the life out of Sheffield United in that area, but they're having great difficulties. Wonderful work from Cork. Dean!
So the pressure was on. Could United turn the tide and show that they were made of championship-winning material? Join us again after the break.
Let me start the second half by reminding you that Manchester United have lost in the league at Sheffield Wednesday. That was late in October, and at home to Queen's Park Rangers. They've got 45 minutes here to try to ensure that a third defeat isn't on the horizon. Here's Parker. Kanchelskis will get there ahead of Barnes, who was hoping that the ball would run out of play. It's not an easy afternoon on which to predict the weather, but one would expect the elements to favour Manchester United in the second half. Since it's a brave header by Barnes, back from Parker, and Sheffield United, who pride themselves on their ability to push out quickly in those situations, have done it just quickly enough that time. Well, they've had plenty to cheer about. And at the moment, their support is needed in an unusual situation, or relatively unusual in this very successful season for Alex Ferguson. Ince. Robson. Allowed to go on. Offside. Brian McClare is offside. But if they're going to surrender possession there, Sheffield United, they're certain to surrender the initiative. And at a time where their goalkeeper was shaken, one might have expected the outfield players to have wanted to have got to the ball a little earlier, and they didn't get to it at all. It was the linesman that took the danger out of the situation. Cork. Dean reacting quickly again. Kept in by Bradshaw. It's Cork! That would have made his day. And possibly flattened Manchester United's. It was, by Alan Cork standards, a very good opportunity. He's been regularly in the Wimbledon side recently. You might recall that there's been trouble over his transfer. Wimbledon in the end wanted to keep him after earlier they'd given him his freedom, it seemed. And there were complications. He's got a contract to the end of next season with Sheffield United. Robson. McClare. Hodges came on his blind side. Here's Parker. This is the challenge now for Manchester United. They're not short of possession in midfield. Will they be able to make it count in a critical First Division game? Well, Ryan Dean may be about to come out of the game. He's off the pitch, and Bobby Davison is getting ready. Phelan. Here's Robson. Now Ince. Robson's gone for the return. He's still making the runs at the age of 35. Not quite so often. Ince. Sheffield United unsettled by the one substitution and maybe a second about to take place. They're playing with 10 men at the moment. That will soon be put right. But not until at least when the ball goes dead the next time. Robson. They're showing him a bit too much respect at the moment. Tracy's stranded. And Kanchelskis has got the ball. Tracy's so far out of position. And he was helped out by John Pemberton with a fantastic header. It seemed that the equaliser was there for the taking. And Pemberton still getting attuned to the pace of the game with a valiant piece of rescuing. On comes Davison. Well, he was expected to be used in the second half, but not in this particular way. It's sad for Sheffield United that they've lost Brian Dean. Corner for Manchester United. Davison. Ince having to use the full width of the pitch. He's got a throw. Phelan wanting to take it quickly. It's good play from him. Robson's cross. Kanchelskis is there. There's no way out for Sheffield United at the moment, but now it might break for them. And John Pemberton, who certainly can run, and he looks for the guy he's been sitting next to on the bench for much of the afternoon. Well, they've got Davison and Cork now, two old gunslingers. They need the two up front to try and buy them some time at the moment, because Sheffield United are having to sit back on the edge of their own penalty area. And they had a real scare when the goalkeeper gambled and was caught way from home. This is Bruce. Deciding he was too far out to try a shot of his own. Ince, is there a way through? Owen, and Bruce is in there. Kanchelskis, can he set himself? He does, but it wasn't an easy ball to hit, and Brian Robson was in fact alongside him, and maybe better placed if Kanchelskis had knocked the ball down. Kanchelskis had eyes for goal and for glory, but Tracy was in trouble a minute or two earlier, and it was Kanchelskis who was too speedy for him. But John Pemberton here got just what Sheffield United needed, a head to the ball first. That was a fortunate escape. Pallister, Robson, Manchester United directing the traffic, and it's all towards Tracy's goal. There's no offside, and it's put away by McClare. It was on the cards. The shape of the game over the last 10 minutes, where Sheffield United have undoubtedly been struggling. And they couldn't keep escaping. Ince powered in, but where was McClare standing? Sheffield United would feel that that was in an offside position. The ball actually came off Rodgers, and maybe that was the reason that the referee allowed the goal, that McClare was played on. It's 1-1, and Brian McClare, with his 21st goal of the season, has given Manchester United what their supporters would feel is due reward. They've stepped it up in the second half. Here's Davison. Hodges, Davison joining Cork in the middle. And Hodges can do better than that, usually does. Bobby Davison has been very much on the fringe of things with Leeds this season. He had a great spell on loan at Derby in the early months of the season, 8 goals in 10 games. He's 2 in 1 game for Sheffield United before today, and maybe he'll get a chance if he can get up from the free kick after Bruce came through from behind in a damaging way, obviously to himself as well as his opponent. Well, it's a free kick right on the corner of the penalty area. Bradshaw with the right foot would be more likely to have a shot. Maybe Hodges will clip it across. Oh, and it's Davison who knocks it away from Cork. There was no offside. Gale can whip it back here, perhaps. Just took too long in considering it. Well, Davison, like the instinctive goal-getter that he is, went for the ball. If Cork had been able to shout him out of the way, he would have had time to bring the ball down and shoot. Something of a second win for Sheffield United. Bradshaw. Pemberton earning a throw. So the substitute with Manchester United connections. And he finds the head of Gary Pallister. Rodgers. Now will it drop here? When it drops, if it drops, it's sharp. He'll leave them. He's certainly got the speed, but not the finish. It was a situation tailor-made for Lee Sharp. Sheffield United in his wake. Out came Tracy. The ball sped past him, but sped past the post as well. And Sheffield United can breathe again. Well, Steve Bruce is the kind of character that you would normally have to put a rope round and drag off the pitch. But I think the grimace there tells the story that he's either feeling the effects of an injury, perhaps the legacy of his recent operation, or perhaps simply the fatigue of what he's been through over the last 3 days. So Parker's gone into the centre of defence. Phelan has gone to right back, and Blackmore's gone into midfield. All jobs that they can do really without a second's extra thought. McClare's still fit enough, isn't it? A bit of hurdling, as well as all the work that he's put into the game. He is a most unspectacular player, Brian McClare, but totally appreciated by his teammates. And when opportunities come his way, he's ruthless, as he's shown this afternoon. McClare involved again. He's dropped behind Ince to Barnes. Cork trying to get it down here. That caused Manchester United a heart flutter. All that was going on while Sheffield United were lacking the services of Gannon, who've gone down hurt as 33-year-old Alan Cork tussled with 35-year-old Brian Robson. And the outcome is a Sheffield United corner once Gannon is back on his feet. Well, at this stage of the afternoon, the managers are thinking only about the outcome of the match, but they might reflect the demands on their playing staff, which aren't going to be lessened next season with the new organisation, which seems set to come in August, although the Players' Union meet the representatives of the new Premier League on Monday in a crucial meeting. Hodges. Oh, and it forced Schmeichel into the save by the near post. Cork reacting to the rebound, and it's another corner. That's a move that Sheffield United do quite often, getting 2-on-1 out at the short corner and letting Hodges come in. And his aim was excellent, but so too was Schmeichel's concentration. Back from Barnes. Here's Rodgers. Hodges. There's no offside. Bradshaw. Still Bradshaw. Oh, and the referee, who was only a few yards away and saw exactly what happened, pointed for a corner. Across went Gary Pallister, and there wasn't any contact at all. And Bradshaw was trying to deceive the referee. And he didn't get away with it. Gannon. That's too close to the goalkeeper. Schmeichel hurls it forward. Over Pemberton. And McClare is away. Beasley trying to close him down. McClare looking up to see what's on in the centre. And a goal for Blackmore. It's come straight from the goalkeeper via McClare, and Blackmore into the back of Tracy's net. With 8 minutes to go, Peter Schmeichel will claim an assist here. Pemberton miscalculated as he jumped, but McClare, his mind was racing, his legs were racing, and up in support was Blackmore. It was put on a plate for him. Sheffield United 1, Manchester United 2. So Peter Schmeichel, who reacted so quickly, Brian McClare, who equalised earlier, and now serves up the second for Clayton Blackmore, only just on. And showing one major quality: if you're going to try and win the championship, you have to have the right number of players to go the distance in this marathon. And Blackmore would be in anyone else's starting lineup, one would think, in the First Division. But he's seen the spoils, it seems, taken from his team in the second half. Cork. This is Beasley through the middle. And Gale has a problem here with the acceleration of Kanchelskis. Tracy kicks it away in the end. Although Gale was really labouring, Kanchelskis lost his own footing. But they've got two sprinters here, in Kanchelskis and Sharp, and Kanchelskis with the referee now. That's the outcome of this. Gale didn't get to him, although it wasn't for the want of trying. And then Kanchelskis followed into Tracy, and that's why he's been booked. It needed Manchester United to show a real stomach for the fight in the second half, and they will have pleased Alex Ferguson as long as they survive the time that's left. Rodgers. Now Bradshaw. One thing about Sheffield United, they do get bodies into the middle, whatever the circumstances. This is Gannon, a difficult ball to hit. Schmeichel making absolutely sure that it didn't cross the line, even if his own feet did. It's stoppage time now. The loss of Brian Deane, very disappointing for Sheffield United, as the second half has taken on a dismal perspective for them.